What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Anime Mafia, back at it again with another video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. Yeah, I can see that. Considering the fact, I've been kind of on a break. Got my little time skip training, my little time skip training. Been on a break, chilling out, relaxing, just, relaxing. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit raspy. I'm just, my throat's a little bit sore today, that's all. So, yeah. For today's what if that we're doing what if Kaien Shiba actually survived. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Mafia, Kaien Shiba survived? How is that even possible? Well, I did wonder a couple of ways I could do this. One, Metastasia not killing him, but man, nah, that seems like a bit too much. So, more or less, Metastasia not killing him or infecting him, or trying to take his body. So I came up with this idea. So we start off with Rukia fighting Ardenyeto and originally, killing him. Rukia, when she stabbed Ardenyeto, was originally intended of trying to bring back Kaien. In fact, during the whole entire explanation process, through the whole entire explanation process that Ardenyeto gave her, how he has Kaien's powers and all that stuff. So Rukia would stab Kaien. Well, Ardenyeto. And of course, Ardenyeto would be dead, and Rukia would be bleeding out. And then we backtrack to Kaien. Well, in Ardenyeto's remains. And saying, holy shit, he's saying. And then he just says, wait a minute, the fuck? Kaien says, saying the last thing he remembers is him being repressed by Ardenyeto. But then again, it's not anything too difficult for him. But he then sees Rukia before he has his whole entire, flash forward to a flashback sequence of him seeing what Ardenyeto did due to the fact he was repressing him. Ardenyeto was repressing him, and he says, crap basket. And he sees that, shit, Ruki's probably gonna die. And then he senses a high Reiatsu pressure. Oh crap, it's Zomori. You guys don't know who Zomori is? I can't blame you. It's the guy who has the eye ability and all that crap. But he then says, wait a minute. Did she actually... So, she was actually to try and bring me back. She played a gamble by trying to, bring me back by transferring some of her Shinigami powers to me. Now, of course, unlike in the original canon when Rukia transferred her powers to Ichigo is, well, if you guys don't know this, everybody does at this point. Everybody knows that Ichigo's half Quincy. So, he absorbed, originally Rukia was supposed to give him like half of his power, meaning she would still have most of her soul powers intact. But Ichigo absorbed all of her soul powers due to his Quincy heritage and all that stuff. So, yeah, that is true. But Kaien, on the other hand, due to the fact that Rukia, transferred some of her powers to Kaien, meaning she would still have her Soul Reaper powers. So let's getting back to the what if. Kaien is staring at Rukia, awestruck. His former subordinate is actually went out to try and at least save him. This last ditch effort to try and save him. Huh. I have one stupid subordinate, but well, I might as well just need to use might as well just flash step out of here. Meanwhile, Kaien would still pretty much much Kaien's abilities at this point, he would still have his Zanpakuto, Nechibana. Of course, all of others, Aranyero's Anankar abilities are, like, well, gone. Most of them. He still has Sonido. Well, Kaien has Sonido, and he has his other Shimigami powers that he regained. Most of his, he still has his Nechibana. That's one. He has Sonido. That's two. But some of the so he has some of the Hollow Remnants. That's three from what was left from Arnieto. But everything else is just gone. So pretty much everything else is just gone at this point. And we see, well, okay, first things first, I need to get this tattoo off me. So Arnieto takes out his Nejibana. And he makes an X-shaped cross around it, on the tattoo. Since he was like, well, can't have that. Can't have people thinking I'm working for the Anankar anymore, but then again, that is also a bad thing. So he decided he'll do that later. But he then remembers, that Inoue girl is also a healer, so I might as well take her before Zomori gets here, and then, well, all shit's getting loose, because I just got back here, and last time I checked, I don't think I have Bankai, Kaien says. So he flash steps, taking Rukia with him, and he then accidentally bumps into a wall. Ow! Okay. I need to get used to this. I need to get used to me having my old powers, my body back again. So he takes, after a couple more tries, he gets to Orihime. And we see Orihime, watching. This is like around the time Ichigo, at the time when Ichigo, is fighting Grimmjow. Being like, wait a minute, Kurosaki can. Who the hell are you? Wait, Orihime then says, but he then says, relax. I'm an ally. Well, but you have an Espada tattoo. Oh, this? All right. You want the long look, Inoue, right? You want the short version or long version? Because there's a lot of ways the story can go. So, okay, pretty much I'm Rukia's old subordinate. Now, could you please heal her? Oh, sure. Speaking of, who's that kid over? Hearing loud explosions. Who's that kid over there? Oh, that's Kurosaki-kun. Or Hime says Kurosaki-kun. Huh. He strangely looks like me. He strangely looks like me. I'm sorry. He strangely has a resemblance against me. Just, could he be part of the Shiba clan? Nah, I'm gonna have to check in that later. Alright, when I get back to the Soul Society after all this stuff. So Kaien was, pretty much, Kaien would ask, or he made that while Grimmjow and Ichigo were fighting to heal up Nell's mask. Oh, by the way, could you heal up that girl's mask? Do you want to heal Nell's mask? Nell says. Aren't Car masks supposed to be broken? Yeah, it's broken, but not damaged. So could you, if you would? With him saying, before he made us reluctantly agreeing, healing up Nell's mask. Well, pretty much healing up Nell's mask. So none of the reishi would be leaking out. So, meanwhile, Rukia wakes up to see Kaien. Kaien? So it worked. Yeah, it worked, Kuchiki. It's been a while. With Rukia on the cusp of in tears right now, considering the fact her plan actually, but Kaien actually lecturing her on what she did. Look, Rukia, that was a stupid decision right there. For all we know, Agneto could have come back stronger, but that would have been the death of you, and I'd have to live with that in his body. But now that I have a body again, thanks to you, my subordinate, he then says, but Rukia, that was a really stupid decision. With Rukia actually crying a little bit out of tears of joy, actually seeing her former lieutenant, and Kaien actually shedding a couple of tears too because he's happy to be alive, and he's happy to be surrounded by his lieutenant. Well, not his lieutenant, but like his subordinate. They both give each other a hug. A well-needed hug, because Kaien is like, he has not seen Rukia in like what, a century and decade. I'm glad to have a stupid subordinate like you, idiot. Don't. But then, meanwhile, the fight between you made a lot of Rukia explain the fight between Grimdrow has ended, but Noitora pulls up at the worst time ever. If you don't know who Noitora is, he's the guy with the eye patch. Oh God. Noitora pulling up. Everything is going in haywire right now. We have Noitora in the red corner. We have Noitora right there, in front of everybody. And Nell transformed into a very adult form. Ahaha, you see what I did there? Into her adult form, and Kaien, might as well try and assist Nell the best he can, considering the fact that the best he can. And he has to repay his debt to Rukia for bringing him back, but he then says, "Reap to the seas and heavens, Nichibana." He spins his sword until it becomes a trident. He says he might as well help, so he flash steps in there, and he attacks Noitora with Nell helping out as well. Pretty much, Noitora is getting bodied at the moment. By bodied, I mean bodied. He's getting bodied at the moment. I'm telling you. With the combination between Kaien is just, not really doing that many attacks to Noitora's hero with his hardened skin, but his water is doing some effect. He's flash stepping in and out, and attacking getting in Noitora's weak points the best he can. Damn. For all damn. He's actually not doing, but Nell's actually doing a lot more damage than I am. So with Nell finishing the job in a release command, transforming back into a kid, due to, she used up a lot of Reishi, and, Nell and Noitora's Fraction, that one guy, I forgot what his name was, he was like irrelevant, him getting murked too by Kenpachi. Alright, I sense that strong Reishi. I sense that strong spiritual pressure. Where I want a battle, I want scrap, I want fade. Kenpachi is sprouting out, and then Kaien, meanwhile, is just is stepping back. Zaraki Taicho, Kaien says. Oh, Kaien, long time no. Wait, Kaien, Shiba, how the hell are you alive? Explain, please. Right, whoever killed this guy must have been strong as hell. With that fight with Zaraki, pretty much being an idiot. idiot. He wanted a good fight. And Kaien would ask Urahime to heal up Grimmjow. With Ichigo asking, well, Ichigo pretty much knocked out at the moment, is sleeping right now, so he's asleep. But Orihime, isn't he the enemy though? But Orihime reluctantly agrees. He did try to fight that Ukiura guy, Kaien then commented. So most of everything goes in canon as the same till the fight with the Hollows, with Unohana, with Kaien beating Unohana after years. You feel him saying Hisashiburi na Unohana. With Unohana saying, well, pretty much, Kaien, you're alive? Oh, now that's a sight for sore eyes. How have you been, my friend? It's been fine. Well, look, in fact, I've just gotten back to life. You look like you could need some help. With the Hollows not necessarily all being strong, since there are low-level Hollows, mid-level Hollows, Kaien and all the other Soul Reapers pretty much took them out with ease. With Kaien entering his Shikai Nejibana and all that, and pretty much taking out most of the Hollows. But Kaien is like pretty much drained after this. He is like barely able to walk on his own 2 feet without he's using Nejibana as a crutch. And they meet up with Kurotsuchi. And Kurotsuchi asks, "Oh, Kaien Shiba, back from the dead, I see." Kurotsuchi then says, "Well, that's a lot of experiments I get to perform on you. And everybody's taking out their Zanpakutos. Ruki taking out her Zanpakuto. Hell no." Yeah, definitely not. No. I do not want no damn experiments, please. I just got back to life. I do not need any more experiments. Please. So Rukia introducing Kaien to Renji and the others, like, this is Kaien Dono. These are my human friends. So these are the human friends you've been talking about. That's Ishida. That's Chad. Yo, hello, and that's Renji. And Renji's actually an awestruck fanboying out right now because it's Kaien Shiba. He was pretty famous. He was a pretty famous Soul Reaper. So he's kind of fanboying out right now. So they open the Garganta, and and Kain's is falling after Unohana. And he said he's definitely going to need to be healed at the moment. Before that, Orihime gets kidnapped by Stark, and that goes as in canon. Everything goes so as in canon, but but before that, he does indeed reject Orihime, meaning about Orihime, because one, he wouldn't want. There is a possible chance that due to her power, can reject time and space. Could possibly bring back Arden Yellow and that whole entire situation again. And he doesn't want that, so he has to recover the old-fashioned way. Or he could probably just have Unohana just heal him up. So he then enters the Garganta by following Unohana, and most of the fights go as in canon before he meets Ukitake. Now, him seeing his old so, Ukitake, it's been a long time. Kaien, how are you a lot? Eden, but long story short, I took Rukia transferred something for solar powers to me. So, that's what brought me back that is what brought me back to life, Kaien said. But so Ukitake, and so warm, gives Kaien a nice, well-needed bear hug. And so we then see Kaien getting a nice warm bear hug. But he didn't definitely say he's gonna need a change of clothes first. Like maybe he needs like a hawk, like his his old Soul Reaper cloak, his old Soul Reaper Shuhak show. And he's definitely gonna need one of those when he gets back to Soul Society. So he then goes to see Ishin Kurosaki. To Ishin's surprise and to Ishin Kurosaki, he calls him Ishin, Uncle Ishin. Hi, Uncle Ishin. Kaien, how are you alive? Well, long story short, that's a sight for sore eyes, but that doesn't matter. Come give me a hug. He gives Ishin a nice warm hug. And they start to talk. So, Ishin, that Kurosaki kid, he's yours, isn't he? Well, yeah. I'm surprised you managed to even settle down. Of course you settled down as a human. Well, man, Kukaku and Ganchu are going to be pissed when they see my face. Yep. So we see Kaien, we see Kaien going back to the opening, well, pretty much going back to the Soul Society. And he then sees, wait a minute, goes to the Royal District, since they let him, before having a talk with Yamamoto, so, Kaien, uh, it's been a while, my old friend. Captain Commander, Kaien is, like, sweating right now, because, like, Yamamoto is still scary to this day. To this day, he is still scary in Kaien's eyes. So he just, picks his words wisely and, asks for entrance to the Soul Society, and Yamamoto lets him in. So he goes to find where the Shiba household is, well, to a surprise. It's not in the royal capital, like in the royal capital where it used to be, due to the fact of Aizen. Due to Aizen. Son of a bitch. So he then goes to where the Shiba house is currently at, and he then sees Kukaku and Ganshu. Where Kukaku saying, "People, I thought it was some cruel joke when they said you were alive again." Kukaku was saying. She then was about to hit Kaien before she gives him a big, nice hug. A nice big hug. And Kukaku was crying after seeing her brother in like so long. Because you're what big idiot. Go die on me again and I'll kill you myself. Easy to notice his son missed you too. And Ganju also, and the family have a nice big family hug. So this is thus concluding, well, not what if, of course, there's going to be more parts when I get into the 1,000-Year-Old War arc, but I'm going to need to reread that since my memories are a bit hazy at the moment. But at the end of the day, the Kaien does have a lot of paperwork to do. So that's where I'll be in this what if for right now. So what did you guys think about this what if? How will Kaien being alive change the story? Find out next time. This has been your host, Anime Mafia. Ciao, Sue. Jana.